Like we got a lot of people today. Woo! Hope you guys like the lo-fi music, to say the least. This is your man Shadicstick, dropping some hot frog on this mic. Welcome back to another Shadicstick Live. What's up, my people? What's up? Welcome to the stream, Danny, Green Squid, Jay Solaris, Quick Talent, and Ice Sonic. Thank y'all for coming out. Oh, and Ether is in the stream. Ether's in the stream. I'm glad y'all guys came out. We're already at 12 likes. Make sure y'all share this out. Make sure everybody knows. And we're gonna jump into it. We got a myriad of topics today. I'm gonna share this out on Twitter. Y'all guys know the shtick. The Shadicstick. Nah. That Goku wallpaper, nice. Thank you, my dude. I actually changed it right before the stream. It was like it was a Kingdom Hearts one beforehand. Alrighty. Timsy looks like he's going through a bout of someone stealing his content. Oh no. What's good, RG? RG in the chat. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Let me get the show notes up. Let me get the show notes up, y'all. I need to invest in a 1080p monitor. I asked my mom if she's not using one of the 1080p monitors in her room. 900p is fine and all when I'm playing Switch games, but it's not fine when I want stuff up. Retweet it and like. Thanks. That power tweet reminded me there was a stream for real. Bro, it was Danny and Green Squid. Danny was like, woo! And then I see the Green Squid. Feeling good. Woo! Feeling good. But we're going to be talking about a few things today. We're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch Pro getting announced, with the Pro in quotation marks. We're going to be talking about the Metroid Dread price situation, and it's a bigger discussion around really the prices of video games and what's worth $60, what's not worth $60, and overall, how much would you pay for a video game, depending on if it's 2D or 3D? What makes a game worth $60? What makes a game AAA? Just that entire discussion. We're even going to talk about the, since games are going up in price, $70 games. Most notably with the PlayStation 5 and Series X, but more noticeably with the PlayStation 5. It seems like Sony really wants you to buy $70 games. We're going to be talking about Roger Craig Smith and the One Last Job stuff. We're going to be talking about Dream, Minecraft speedrunner Dream on today's stream. And I think that's important mostly because I want to start talking about more gaming topics outside of the Sonic and Nintendo, sphere. So I thought that was cool to add. That was actually originally in the thumbnail, but Switch Pro came out and something had to get replaced in the thumbnail. Bro, I was watching an OLED Switch trailer. I was so hyped about the new Pokemon game, like completely ignored the Splat 3 gameplay. Yo, it happens, man. Dread is hands down worth $60. No one's saying that about Tropical Freeze or U Deluxe on Switch. You're not wrong there. The new screenshot of color ultimately look beautiful in my opinion. Seems like they really improved on a working really hard development. And Nintendo somehow made 3 look even nicer than 2. Lol. Interesting topics, yeah. So let's start what y'all guys want to start with, Switch Pro or Sonic? I feel like talking about the Switch Pro a little bit since that's the biggest thing on today's topic list. Sorry, this is apple juice, not water. Or coffee. It's apple juice. Coffee makes your boy shit, so so does apple juice, but not at the same level. 2D games defo should be $60. Switch Pro, let's go then. So we're gonna have to put a little halt on the music. But we're gonna open up the YouTube page and we're gonna watch the video. And I want to talk about some things, you know, specifically about why this exists and why is it the way it is. And my opinions on whether you should buy it or not. And whether it's worth the $50 increase in price. Switch OLED or XL. Yes, we gotta talk about some, let's say, history behind Nintendo and their upgrades to not only home consoles, but most notably handheld consoles, why this thing exists. Because really, it's just a bigger screen and a better kickstand. That's really the draw, and the dock has Ethernet. Let's hope that the Switch Pro doesn't have the same lifespan as the Wii U. Well, I mean, the Switch is already outliving the Wii U so far. This music does slap. I wonder what the actual music in the trailer is. Because it slaps. It hits different. 3DS method all over again. I don't think it's the 3DS method necessarily, but it is a method Nintendo does with all their handhelds. And there's a reason I keep saying handheld. If you notice, this is super handheld oriented. This is way less about, you know, playing it on TV. Like, yes, they have that. They show this, but that's really only for the people who play competitive games, which is why they show Splatoon 3. I will say, though, that it looks pretty sick. I think the white aesthetic really works for the Nintendo Switch. I like this for the same reason I like the PS5 design. A lot of people don't like the way the PS5 looks. I like the way it looks personally with the white and having the black accents. I think it looks really nice, looks sleek, looks futuristic. I need to get Ring Fit Adventure, need to lose weight. Delete that Switch Online app. Oh, God. Tell me about it. That's why 3 gameplay looks fire as fuck, man. Yes, it does. But it's not enough to really, like, go off. I mean, it's Splatoon 3's third iteration. I expect it to be good, you know what I mean? That shit ain't getting removed anytime soon. Yeah, not anytime soon. I think that's coming. They're gonna do some stuff with it to upgrade it because of the them planning to really give people more bang for their buck with Nintendo Online, which I'm wondering what that's actually gonna be. But from what we know about the Switch Pro, hold up, I actually got this open. Let's go. So what we know about the Switch Pro, Nintendo announced all the specifications, all that stuff. We got a 7-inch OLED screen with a slimmer bezel, large screen, wide, vivid colors and contrast to deliver a rich handheld and tabletop gaming experience, which, if you know anything about OLED, this is a big deal. I don't think people understand how big of a deal the OLED is, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. The OLED's model has a wide adjustable stand, new dock. This actually has one less USB port than the current Switch. The Switch has a USB 3.0 port, which the 3.0 functionality is disabled on the inside, and it has 2 USB 2.0s on the outside. It has 64 gigs of internal storage, which I think the original Switch should have had at least 64 gigabytes of internal storage. And the onboard speakers are better, which I'm hoping. The current Switch's speakers aren't horrendous or anything, but they're not great. And you know, it's compatible with all your previous accessories, which is important for someone like me because I have one of these handy dandy Switch grips. I use this a lot because and it's one of those pop off ones. It's cheap. It's called the Gatsby. What's good? Common Rider is definitely priority game next year alongside Breath of the Wild 2 and Pokemon Rangers. The only stuff Leaks got right was 7-inch OLED screen. I'm gonna talk about that too. They taking it off to looks amazing. Really can't wait for it. Same. I can't really wait for Splatoon 3 either. But you know, luckily this will work. I don't know how big the dock is. There's a new dock, which makes me think that they're trying to get rid of the scratching problem. I think that's probably the biggest thing they're looking to, because it's more round, and it looks like there's a new cooling solution. So I'm assuming the inside of the little interface is also scratch resistant. So hopefully there's that. But overall, a lot of people were disappointed, and I think that's basically because of the leaks. I feel like if we hadn't had the leaks, this would not be that big of an issue. On top of, because we've been talking about this thing since before the Switch came out, and that's because the PlayStation 4 Pro and Xbox One X were coming out around the time the Nintendo Switch were coming out. Now, I think on top of the rumors, I think because last generation, specifically with Sony and Microsoft's machines, hear me out, guys, that this created an expectation for Nintendo to do the same thing, especially considering Nintendo is notorious for doing that with their handhelds since the Nintendo DS. The Nintendo DS received 2 bumps in power. It received the Nintendo DS Lite and the Nintendo DSi, which was on top of a bump of power, a bump in features. And then with the Nintendo 3DS, we got the Nintendo 3DS XL, which this is more along the lines of just Nintendo creating an XL system rather than creating like, say for instance, a Pro system. It just, we had the bump in power with the Nintendo 3DS XL, much like the DSi XL was just a bump in size, not really a bump in power. On top of that, I don't think people were being logical about it. Right now, we are currently in a chip shortage worldwide for all vendors. I mean, even older chipsets, like I think the current Nintendo Switch models use a 16 nanometer fabrication, which is probably easier to come by, but still, it's something that's still harder to come by, especially because if you know anything about smart cars, a lot of the chips are going to electric vehicles and smart cars before they're going to anything else right now. That's actually part of the reason why the PlayStation 5 and Xbox One are experiencing shortages, because I think Tesla's using AMD's new chipset, which I think is I think they're using the CPU. It uses the same CPU as like the PS5 and the Xbox Series. So, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. That's why I can run games like The Witcher 3, on there. But overall, I think that's probably I think all that stuff should have probably hampered people's expectations. I think their expectations were high because of what Sony and Microsoft were doing, what Nintendo has done in the past, and just in general what has been rumored since before the Nintendo Switch came out. But I think they should have had their expectations hampered. Now, this is hyped up a lot. It's going to be 4K, guys, I promise. And that's another thing. People were expecting DLSS and 4K, which I was hyped for something like that. But I kind of thought about it like I was actually going to do this Shadicstick live last week, and this was actually going to be a topic in it. And I was going to talk about a Switch Pro or whatever. And that's highly unlikely. Why is that highly unlikely? Nintendo doesn't make the SoC in the Nintendo Switch. Nvidia does. It's a custom version of their Tegra chip. And right now, the only way you can get DLSS in a game using Nvidia's hardware is if you have Tensor cores, which is much more expensive hardware than, what is currently in the Nintendo Switch. I mean, even if you wanted to get an older 20 series card, or, you want things at MSRP for Nvidia stuff, even their cheapest, GPU is like $300. I don't think that they were going to get something like that until we get a new Nintendo Switch. It's kind of like, excuse me, I think a lot of the people who are hyping this thing up just did not understand what's currently happening in the tech space, what's happening in the hardware space, what happens with like graphics cards and CPUs and GPU. They just didn't understand that. And on top of not understanding that, they didn't understand the cost it would take to produce something like this. What I do think though is I don't think that outlets were lying. I think they got information that got mixed in. See, what happens is a lot of time when some information leaks like this, they probably got it mixed in. Nintendo next model of Switch probably has DLSS, 4K, all that stuff to help it, display on modern day televisions. But but, and I use that heavily. Right now, it isn't feasible for them to make a new system with a new chip. You wanna know why it isn't feasible? Because the Nintendo Switch is printing them dollars. Like, people don't understand, the Switch has continued to accelerate in growth in sales year on year, month on month. And the pandemic didn't hurt it. It's the only thing that wasn't hurt by the pandemic. If anything, the pandemic bolstered Nintendo Switch sales, especially because of games like Animal Crossing and some stuff later last year. We got all the Mario stuff, and right now we got I think Mario Golf just recently came out. Then at the end of the year we have Pokemon coming out, and then at the beginning of next year we have another Pokemon game coming out, and on top of that, next year we have Breath of the Wild. I mean, Nintendo has essentially set themselves up for eminent success. Eminent success. Like, all Nintendo has to do is sit on their ass. They don't need to do anything. You wanna know why? Because they have games coming out back to back. They have major releases coming out back to back. And then on top of that, they have Splatoon 3 coming out next year, which I'm pretty sure is gonna do way better than Splatoon 2 did. And that's saying something. That has easily become one of the pillars of Nintendo's franchises. People don't think about it. They have 3 major releases coming out next year. They have some major releases coming out this year. And they've already had major releases come out this year. We got to look forward and look at what is happening right now with Nintendo and why they may release this. Now, do I think this is worth $350? I don't think this is worth $350. See, as the years continue to go on, the Nintendo Switch, the profit margin on it continues to grow. Like, the hardware gets cheaper as time goes on, and the amount of money they make on it continues to grow when it stays at the same price. Which, I don't think there's anything wrong with a $300 Switch. That's extremely affordable for a video game console. What's good, Mystic Volve? What's good, CK Forbes? You spend $350, you might as well spend a bit more for a PS5. That's all I was gonna say. In many cases, the average gamer is playing only digital games, or they're buying mostly digital games. Really, at that point, you might as well go up to a PS5 or just buy an Xbox Series S. Like, the PS5 entry price, $400. The Xbox Series S is $300. At this point, if you want third-party AAA games and you don't care about taking them on the go, that is a better option. But I think because Nintendo's in a unique situation where they're the only person in the handheld space right now, they're the only one. You know, there are all these other companies making handheld PCs, handheld Android gaming devices. None of those really matter because they don't compete with the Switch. Mobile gamers are a different market, and as proven by Microsoft, and now Sony's starting to learn, the PC gaming market is a different market. The people who buy games on PC they're not gonna buy a console. Let's keep it real. Or if they have a console, they're gonna have it for a reason that they don't game on their PC outside of exclusives. The Series S ain't worth it because of the low storage, in my opinion. You would say that, but when you have Game Pass, it is worth it. It doesn't matter. My girlfriend has the Series S. Her Series S is full of games right now, and she's about to buy, you know, some more storage for it. But she has GTA downloaded, Call of Duty downloaded, Fortnite downloaded, Cityscape. She has like 10 or 12 games downloaded on there. She don't really just, you know, that's all she needs. You know what I mean? Anytime a major release comes out, it's coming to Game Pass usually, or it's coming to Game Pass a few months down the line. See what I'm saying? Or she'll just buy it for a discounted price because she has Game Pass Ultimate. Still Series F software? Nah, bro. Nah. I want to get a Series X. Physical media all the way. By the way, guys, how do y'all like the now playing thing I got on here now? I did that right before the stream. I was working on a few things before the stream, and that was one of the big things I wanted to do. Have that that music playing thing down there. How do y'all like that? Let me read some of the chat. Mario, Zelda, Splatoon are pretty much Nintendo's big three at this point. Yeah, 350 SCK Forbes. Mr. Boy, what's good? Welcome to the stream, boy. That's an unfortunate name. Could have just dropped the price of the regular Switch and make the Switch Pro 300. I know, that's kind of what I wish they would have done. I think the only reason they didn't do that is because they have that OLED screen in there, and they want to have the same profit margins as the current Switch. I think that's what it is. Ugh. Excuse me, that hurt. Looking clean, thank you, thank you. I'm trying to make sure everything is good for y'all. You know what I mean? Get that the lo-fi records. They allow content creators to use their stuff, so I was like, oh, okay, they got a lot of good music, so I'm gonna start using them for my streams. Like, Nintendo is scared of price drops. They're not scared of it. Nintendo thinks like another tech company, and that's Apple. Apple doesn't ever drop the price of things. Have you ever noticed that? Their profit margins are extremely high, and people will buy their stuff because of the brand name alone. I mean, let's be real. Nintendo doesn't have to drop the price of a Mario game. It will sell no matter what. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is still $60. But let's look at this. Nintendo sales. IR information. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has sold 35.39 million units. Still a $60 game. Still $60. I mean, why do they have to drop the price of the game if people are still buying it at the price? The market and the consumers dictate the price. If people stopped buying it at this price, they'd drop the price. And I don't see them dropping the price of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe unless they make another Mario Kart. And I don't see them making another Mario Kart that is, you know, the direct sequel to Mario Kart 8/8 Deluxe until sales for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe start dwindling and slowing down. It's not happening until that happens. And that sucks, but that's just that's the way it is, man. I can't expect them to, you know, like realistically, that I want them to drop the prices. I think I want them to be more consumer friendly, but at the same time, why people are buying the games for $60? Why should they? You know what I mean? Yeah, Mario Kart's always in the top 10 of dang near. I think in every region it's in like the top 10 just about, outside of I think Europe. But in Europe it's always in the top like 15, top 20. Zelda and Splatoon are guaranteed sellers. They are. There's not gonna be a new Mario Kart until the next Nintendo console drops 100%. Probably. It's probably just gonna be another Switch. It's gonna be a Switch 2, gonna be backwards compatible, all that jazz. Because if it's not backwards compatible, they're losing out. Excuse-moi. Overall, though, am I gonna buy this? I probably am, mostly because I want the bigger screen. I had that taste, and y'all obviously know I play my Switch in handheld a lot of the time. I mean, most people play the Switch in handheld, and that's why they made it the way they did. They know people use the Switch mostly in handheld. I mean, I think if I remember correctly, first year Switch launched, 30% of people were using it exclusively handheld. And then like 40% were using it, you know, like I think what is it, like a solid, no, it was like 40% using it exclusively or handheld, like 40% mixture of docked and handheld, and only 20% use it exclusively docked. Not that many people use the Switch exclusively docked. And I think people don't realize that. A lot of people using most people using a handheld mode. I mean, the Switch Lite is kind of a testament to that. Because the Switch Lite wouldn't exist if, you know, there are people who aren't using it exclusively in handheld mode. I mean, let's keep it real. I mean, I have a friend, my boy Derpy Pearly. The only reason he ever docks a Switch is to stream Pokemon. Outside of that, he uses a handheld. We'd be in a call playing Fortnite, and the man be like, I can't hear because he has his sound turned all the way down and playing Fortnite in his hands. Like, let's be real. Shadicstick, if Nintendo can easily sell last gen ports for $60, why would they make the next console backwards compatible? The reason they'd make the next console backwards compatible is because they'd probably want to use the same cartridges. What do you mean by that? So, right now, the Nintendo Switch, the biggest issue it has in terms of games being priced a certain way is that these little cartridges cost a lot to manufacture. If you have more of them out in the market, they become cheaper and cheaper to produce. And because they become cheaper to produce, because these can go up all the way to, I think, 128 gigabytes. I think the biggest one out on the market for any game right now is currently like 64. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they do that merely because it would benefit them in the long run. I don't see them changing the cartridges for the Switch. On top of that, I feel like it would hurt them vastly, especially because they've gotten so many people into the Switch ecosystem. Instead of selling a $60 last gen port, so having to port that game up, all they'd have to do is take an old game that's still $60, refresh it up a little bit, sell it again to people for this next Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo Switch 2, Super Nintendo Switch, whatever they fucking call it. That's what they'll do. That makes them more money, because they could keep selling. One of the biggest reasons I see that working is because they could resell Smash Ultimate and have like Smash Ultimate, the deluxe package, games like that where you had a lot of content come out for them. That makes complete sense. Wii U so poorly, and the games on it were good. Also, easy money from people who never had a Wii U before. That's another thing. Keep the people from the Wii. That's why essentially they could sell $60 ports from the last generation, because the Wii U, nobody bought a Wii U. I'm gonna sit here and tell you, the Wii U's not a good console. It had great first-party games, but it had almost no third-party games on it. There was just no reason to own it if you played anything third-party for real. If you like Nintendo games, yeah, go ahead and buy it. I think the reason why the Switch is selling well is not because of the first-party titles. I mean, yes, obviously the first-party titles drive, people to the console, but it's because people can take AAA experiences on the go. When you have games like Doom Eternal, The Witcher, those games prove that the Switch can play those big AAA third-party titles, whereas the Wii U couldn't. They just couldn't. Yeah, they could just sell Smash Ultimate, all the DLC, and it's guaranteed to sell tons of copies. Exactly. A lot of people aren't thinking about this. They're thinking, what is the scummiest thing Nintendo can do? And I'm telling you, I've just told you the scummiest thing they could do. But it's for people who are new adopters of the Nintendo Switch. See what I'm saying? Ultimate Port with better vision, all the DLC and Mii costumes, and would sell so well. All they have to do is add one new character with it, and so many people will copy it. Exactly. That's all they'd have to do. They don't really need to. They don't need to do what they did this generation. Nobody bought a fucking Wii U. Look at, all right, Mario Kart 8, if I remember correctly, was the best-selling game on Wii U. 8.45 million people bought that game. On the Nintendo Switch, more people on the Nintendo Switch own Mario Kart 8 than people who had a Wii U. Do you see what I'm saying now? Only about 13 million people owned a Wii U. They don't gotta work hard, just smart. Right now, they're working smarter, not harder. I'ma probably get it. I'm gonna keep it honest. It's because of the white Joy-Cons, the bigger screen, and I play in handheld and tabletop a lot. That's why I'm gonna get it. But I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's a smart decision to buy. It's not It's not some like worthwhile purchase. It's really for people who play in handheld who want a better experience, i.e. me, or people who, you know, just never owned a Switch. It gives them another option to pay more also. Because someone who doesn't have a Switch is like, oh, whoa, that Switch is $350. That Switch, what's so different? And to the average person who doesn't have a Switch, and they see less bezel, and they see a bigger screen in the same package, that's a good proposition. Someone who already has a Switch, they're like, oh, that's only 0.8 inches. That makes a difference in the phone, in the handheld, and the screen marketplace, bro. Like when you have devices that small, that makes a really big difference. Using these Xenoblade X is pretty much the last game that needs to be ported. Pretty much every Wii U major game has been ported to Switch, which has benefited from them a lot. Saw, dude. What's up, Radical Fox? Oh, hi, Toy. What's up, my dude? That's the reason the DS Lite sold incredibly well. Because of the backwards compatibility of GBA and the hundreds or thousands of games that are on DS. Exactly. This is like DS Lite without the power bump. I play handheld like 95% of the time, but I ain't gonna be paying 350 bones. You won't, but the people who have 350 bones to spend will spend 350 bones. That's the issue. Or not the issue, but that's why. Nintendo's name has more power than Sony and Microsoft. People don't realize that in terms of the gaming space. You wanna know why they have more power? It's because they're known as the video game company. They're the video game company. I still want the dark blue Switch Lite. I like the small size and the portable system. I have the AC and 8 Switch, so there's no hardware upgrades I'm not worried about. And that you see what I'm saying? Like, their target audience is not, for the most part, us. You know, the people here watching my stream, the people who are gonna watch this afterwards. It's the guy who don't have a Switch or the guy who was looking for, a bigger experience on the go. Shadicstick, are you getting Dread? I'll talk about that in a minute. RG. I wish the Switch screen wasn't 720p. It's one of the main reasons I play it dot most, because there's a notable quality difference to me. See, the issue for portable play isn't that the screen is 720p. When a game is 720p on the Switch handheld screen, it looks great. It looks sharp. The issue is a lot of games in handheld mode don't run at 720p. A lot of them run at 540p, 600p. These sub HD resolutions, which wind up looking blurry, but because it's a smaller screen, it can get away with it. It looks sharper than it does on the big screen. Logo lights up, that's the only cool part to me. You were like, I want that light up logo, boy. Like a Macintosh? Like I was talking about earlier? The approach that both Nintendo and Apple take. Backwards compatibility goes a long way. The Switch needs to have N64 GameCube GBA. So, yeah, I think that's what they're going to do to bolster online. But I think that with their online service, I think they're going to have, at the $20 price bracket, Game Boy Advance games with that Super Nintendo and NES games. And anything that's 3D on up goes in that higher price bracket, which would probably be like $40. I don't think they're gonna go to the full 60. Interesting how Nintendo are releasing the new Switch at the time of Metroid Dread. I'm glad they're putting a lot of faith in this new Metroid game. Interesting, since the Metroid hasn't sold past 3 million units, which is true. And with all that being said, so I can move on to Metroid Dread. We're talking about it now, but should you buy the new Switch? No and yes. If you don't have a Nintendo Switch, I just think you should go with that one. Especially if you care about playing in handheld, go with that one. Don't buy the regular Switch, or if you don't buy the Switch Lite. Go ahead and buy the new Nintendo Switch, the Switch OLED. But if you already have one, it's probably not worth it. It's just probably not. I would say get the new dock, maybe, but don't buy the Switch itself. It's not gonna benefit you that much, especially if you play it only docked. Also, I have a launcher Switch. My Switch is curved. My Switch curved, bro. Like my Switch is like curved on this side. It's like bent a little bit. Like It's slight, but once you notice it, you can't unsee it. Like, it probably won't show up that well on camera, but like, I got one of them curved switches, bro. It's like, I didn't notice it until one day I was just like, something wrong with my Switch. 3DS games on the Switch would be awesome. That would. I really can't wait for Colors Ultimate on the Switch. I know it looks bad, but people, nah, it don't look bad. I'm gonna talk about that later. Before we move on to Metroid, I just want to say the price increasing Switch Online suggestion is horrible. I'm not saying that they should. I'm just saying that's probably what they will do. That's probably what they will do. I don't think they're gonna increase it. I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna create a new price bracket above what they currently have. If they charge 40 for SNES, blah blah blah, and a massive library, there are bound to be so many people complaining right away, even though it's a good deal. I don't think that. I think if they offered like multiple systems that weren't in that package already, that people wouldn't be that bothered by it. And I think that's probably what they're gonna do. They're gonna probably introduce a bunch of systems in that $40 price bracket. My Switch is curved and has some battle scars. That's why I want to get the light. Metroid Dread is definitely a cop for me. Definitely, I don't see where it isn't worth $60. Show the back of my Switch has like three giant cracks. Oh man, them heat cracks, bro. Mine's a bit curved too. No, wait, are they really increasing the price of the Switch Online membership? No, but they said they're exploring more options for it. So I guess you could say your Switch is built different. Oh man, and there's a delay announcement for a Pro. Honestly, this is good enough to buy time for the holidays. That's what I think. Some new colors for the LED. I was a Wii U gamepad boy until December 2017, and I play usually in handheld, so I haven't experienced any bending. Nah, bro. Mine. It started bending when Odyssey came out. I got Odyssey, and that started making it bend. Metroid, the lore looks so good. I'm assuming you meant Dread. Or is there something I don't know about? Like they have a book or something on the lore coming out? Ugh. By the way, guys, make sure y'all share the stream out, retweet, like, share it on Facebook, share it wherever you can. Your Discord service. Anywhere. Thank y'all guys. Have mine since it launched, but I never had a problem. It may be curved, but it still works, I swear. Okay, that's messed up. That's messed up. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. We're gonna talk about Metroid Dread pricing. I'm talking about this mostly because Spawnwave actually made like a really good video on it, I believe.
Okay, so the Switch
I'll play this video like that. I think our boy Spawnwave made a pretty good video talking about this, and that's where people don't feel like the Nintendo that Metroid Dread is worth $60 because it's A, not Metroid Prime, and B, a 2D game, and the graphics to them aren't amazing off the wall, which I think the game looks pretty good. I don't know. I thought the game's graphics looked pretty nice, but I guess I'm going crazy. I think this is stupid. I think it is incredibly stupid that people think that just because a game is 2D, it isn't worth $60. And I mean, to a degree, I understand because there aren't really many games outside of fighting games that are 2D that are, you know, $60 in the modern day and age. But people weren't complaining when Nintendo was releasing these like 2D games like Mario Maker or say for instance even Donkey Kong, like y'all said in the chat earlier. Like those weren't massive complaints. You know, and if anything, people only complain about Donkey Kong being $60 because on the Wii U it released at $50. That's the only reason. Otherwise, people, you know, were like, oh, it's a good game. So people were arguing because it's a good game, it shouldn't matter. You know what I mean? Which is wild to me personally. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I just think it's because specifically Sony has made it a job to kind of undermine and change what a AAA game is, which I think has been good and problematic, because I think they're really taking games forward with games like Horizon series. Even though I haven't played the new God of War, I hate the other ones, but I think the most recent God of War actually looked pretty good. It looked nice. It looked graphically great. Ratchet and Clank, A Rift Apart, looks like an amazing game, and from what I heard, it's an amazing game. Spider-Man is one of my favorite games of all time and one of my favorite open world games. But I think that it has created this vacuum where people are starting to tier games in a way where their price the genre, and I guess basically just the genre determines the worth. And I think that's what it is. They're just creating a situation where the genre determines the worth, which is crazy. And I think it's especially coming out because a lot of 2D games now, or the indie titles, they're cheaper. But because Metroid Dread is a AAA game, but it's 2D, and people don't understand that it's still a AAA game, big budget game. It's just 2D. People just don't understand that. Deserve to be $60. The price of a game should be determined based on how much content it has or something else, not what style it is. Exactly. Because of modern consumers who aren't used to seeing games like 2D Metroid in the past being surprised about it being $60 now. That's what I'm saying. I think that's what it is. The future is looking great for the Switch, I can tell. It is. Ratchet PS4 was a bit disappointing. I haven't played Ratchet PS4. Actually, no, I think I have played a little bit of it. I never got far. I had it because of the PS Plus. Nintendo's like Disney. Anything they make is always going to be a good, polished, and high quality game. I can't say they'll always make a good game, but I can say they'll usually almost always make a polished game. And I think the fact that people are comparing it to Prime is sort of ludicrous because they're two completely different games. Well, I think Prime kind of translates Metroid in 3D into 3D pretty well. It's not. It's still not a. It's not a Metroidvania by any means. You know what I mean? It's a survival horror first-person shooter, where with Metroid mechanics and elements. Whereas like 2D Metroid Dread, that's literally those are the games that defined an entire subgenre of platformers, and right now have had more influence on platformers within the past decade than any other type of game. Let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real about it. I'm gonna be 100. Woo! In my desk, things shook up a little bit. I'm gonna take these headphones off. Woo! See what y'all gotta say. We need a Prime Trilogy port to make people happy. I really want a Metroid Prime Trilogy port because I don't care for 2D Metroid like that. Not that I don't care for Metroidvanias. I really like Metroidvanias. I like Castlevania. And I like Shantae, I like all that, but I'm not a super big fan of 2D Metroid. It doesn't matter what people say since Nintendo are marketing this amazingly. In fact, the only gripe is not having old Metroid games be ported to Switch. Like, people are going back to Wii U for them. I know, that's crazy to me. It's crazy that Nintendo hasn't released like a 2D Metroid collection. I think they need to do that. They really do. Half of the genre name is named after Metroid. The series is a big deal. I've been playing Prime with a keyboard and mouse, and it's so satisfying. Why are you playing Prime with a keyboard and mouse? My dude, no. Oh my god. Oh my god. RG, you gotta play it with a GameCube controller. That's the only way to play it. Come on, man. All right. Oh, what was I gonna say? I mean, overall, I think people are gonna buy Metroid Dread. I think it's gonna be the best-selling Metroid, but how well it sells, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be like the next big like 10 million unit seller for the Switch, but I do think it's probably going to sell upwards of probably 5-6 million units, which I think will be good for the Metroid series. It'll help revitalize it. Wii Trilogy on Dolphin with keyboard and mouse is supreme. I don't know. Play it with a Wiimote and nunchuck. Which, if you didn't know, is actually comparable to keyboard and mouse. Water. I might get Metroid Dread. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna get Metroid Dread. I haven't been really super interested in 2D Metroid in a minute, but Metroid Dread looks pretty sick. Samus's suit looks pretty sick in the game, so I'm like, no, might as well. Might dip my toe in the Metroid scene. It's gonna do Fire Emblem 3 Houses number. How much is Fire Emblem 3 Houses sold? Missed out on Simon's Return, so I'm definitely getting Dread. Let's see. Is if I'm when it debuted in 2019, it sold over 3 million units. Last year in November, it became the best-selling in the series. This was back in when? 2020. Okay. I don't know. It might do Fire Emblem 3 Houses numbers. It might. I also just hit the weed vape, so I'm a lurk and chill broski. My boy said, I just lit up. I'm about to chill. Metroid should definitely cross over with Fortnite. I'm surprised I fell through. Nintendo needs to put Samus in Fortnite. If they put Samus in Fortnite, Metroid Dread becoming a 20 million unit seller. It don't matter at that point. Them kitties, then you put Zero Suit Samus up in there, it'll awaken something in them lit up mid-street. Yes, sir. But it'll awaken something in them kids, bro. I'm telling you. It'll awaken something in them. By the way, guys, make sure y'all share the video, like it, all that stuff. The stream. It helps a lot. It helps a lot. Y'all see this? We're trying to keep up this momentum with the Shadicstick lives. Usually the half of the views are from afterwards, which is good. Shadic, relax. Ayo. Sonic and Fortnite could actually be kind of cool, not gonna lie. They did, man. Sonic with the strap. Yes, sir. Nintendo and Fortnite would sell if they make it cool. Yes. How do you know so much Sony spent on putting Aloy in Fortnite? Like 200 million? Sony spent 200 million putting Aloy in Fortnite? Dang, bro. They probably made that money back because I bought Aloy. I love Aloy as a character. She's such a cool character. Breath of the Wild Link with the paraglider and Master Sword would be legendary. Link with the strap? Breath of the Wild Link with the strap? That might hit. That might hit. That might actually be big brain. Put Link in the game. Have him, bro, pull up with the paraglider, or have the Master Cycle Zero, or even a Hylian Shield backpack with a Master Sword. Come on now. Ooh, bro, if they put that Nintendo Premium on it, it don't matter. People would buy that, bro. People would drop $50 on that. They will not care. Here's Link. The Sheikah strap. You think they'd allow Mario with the strap? I don't know. I don't know about Mario. I don't know. He got a gun in like the Rabbids game, so I don't know. They might allow Mario with the strap. I think they actually wouldn't care. I think whatever, if they put Mario on something, it just print money. So they'll be like, Mario with the strap, let's go. Excuse-moi. Sorry, your boy's a bit sleepy. Splatoon would make sense, honestly. I'm surprised they haven't done I think the only reason why is because the Inklings are not very tall. The Inklings, I don't think they could physically fit them in, right? Like, proportionately, they're not very, like, normal looking. Even though Link's short, he proportionally looked normal. So they could put him in at the same height as everybody else and he looked fine. They're way too careful with how Mario's portrayed in their games. I don't know, man. They got him with the strap and the Mario Rabbids, so I don't know. I don't know how much it actually matters to them, bro. We keep it real. Mario pulling up on Superman or Kratos with the strap is an image I need to see. Mario not tall either, bro. He's like a meter. Yeah, he's like 3. I think he's like 4 feet. What do you think of the Switch Pro, aka Switch XL? Oh, Jeremy, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, my boy. I thought it was cool, but at the same time, I don't think people should really like. I don't know. I think the people who are gonna buy it, and the people who aren't gonna buy it aren't gonna buy it. I think people are making too much of a big deal out of it at the end of the day. I think it's gonna sell a lot, especially during Christmas time because it come out around October. If you're not looking for a better handheld experience, don't buy it. Especially if you play exclusively docked. Like, a lot of people will play exclusively docked, so. Third party is something Nintendo needs to remember. GameCube era Link was in Soul Calibur, Mario was in snowboarding. Sure was. Let's see what the next topic is. Talked about Metroid Dread. Talked about that new Nintendo Switch. Let's talk about Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh God. We're not even gonna talk about the Roger Craig Smith thing because I think it's like, I thought it'd been funny to talk about, but now I was like, I ain't got much to say on it. So let's talk about the just overall Sonic Colors Ultimate's graphics. Like, I want to talk about the Sonic Colors Ultimate graphics thing mostly because I think the discussion around it is so I'm not gonna say stupid. But I think it's kind of ridiculous. The reason I say I think it's kind of ridiculous is because I feel like so many people are blowing it out of proportion, and that them, first of all, comparing it to SADX, I don't think it's the same. I think in many ways, Sonic Colors Ultimate visually is just an improvement on Sonic Colors. Sonic Colors, like, and this is coming from someone who is current, like I play Sonic Colors a lot. Like, I've been playing it a lot recently on the Wii. Sonic Colors it's a good looking Wii game, but I can tell that it is old and that it is a Wii game, if that makes sense. I believe what Sonic Colors Ultimate is doing is good. Many people complain about, oh, the game is not as bright as Sonic Colors. And I'm like, chill. And they literally just show the same 3 screenshots of Tropical Resort. I think people don't realize when you have a remaster of this size, that where it's not basically a ground up remake, but it's still like a sizable change, that things are just gonna straight up look different. Like, one of the things people talk about is bloom. They hate the bloom. Like this, I think that looks amazing. I don't know why people don't like the way this looks. They're like, people were like, oh, the road has no color. I was like, bro, they changed the color of the road. They didn't even change it in that sense because it's still purple, but they it's a different purple than this and this. In Sonic Colors, this stage, it was colorful, yes, but a lot of this was the same shade of purple. It all started blending together, so everything wound up just looking flat. The game looks a lot less flat than it did on the Wii. Expecting a lot from a port? Well, it's in a really enhanced port, Jeremy. I don't really care in my opinion. I'm just gonna play it on the 1080p on Dolphin. They want an OG look, they can play it on Dolphin. That's what I'm saying. I was like, at this point, I'm about to slap Twitter. Jaden, that's what I was saying. Now, people can forget it. Being dark is weird until you remember a tropical resort, someone dark in the opening intro, considering an amusement park is in space. Yeah, and that's another thing. If anything, a lot of this is just becoming more accurate to the art. That's what Sonic Adventure DX did, made things more accurate to the art. You know, I'm not even gonna bring up Sonic Adventure DX because my opinions on that, people will hate me for saying, like, I don't care. I'd rather the game look better like the art than what Sonic Adventure 1 looked like, but that's me. I don't really care that much. But let's look at Sonic Colors intro. This is not really HD. But let's turn that down because we got the music playing. Like, a lot of this just looks closer to the art because this is what it looks like in game now. The thing is, people don't understand that, like, the lights ain't final product, but it looks closer to this. This is what the game looks closer to now. It looks closer to this than it does the original game, which I'd rather look closer to the CG stuff. It doesn't have all the freaking fireworks and crap, but I don't know. I really like the way Colors Ultimate looks. I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. I like the way it looks. I think it looks good. I'm gonna keep it real. I think it looks good. I think people complain about a lot of really dumb stuff when it comes to the game. Like, I think looking closer to the CGI is a better thing rather than like concept art and stuff. Yeah, I'm not talking about the concept art. My bad, Jaden, I'm not talking about it looking like the concept art. I think Colors Ultimate looks closer to this. This is what I think Colors Ultimate looks closer to. This is Tropical Resort. I think the fundamental issue is that people don't understand, like they see, oh, game got dark areas now because look, they added light, they added real actual lighting to the game. Sonic is my only issue, but that won't ruin the gameplay. I don't even have a problem with the bloom. First trailer, I had a little bit of problem with the bloom. The first trailer, but at this point, I don't have a problem with it. It looks fine to me. They've toned it down like drastically. Like, when I say they've toned it down, like they've toned it down drastically. Like, I don't know what looks bad about this. What looks bad about this image? How to remake all the code since they couldn't use the original game's code or something? Probably. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't care for the graphics. I'm sure it'll be fine. They need to do Generations next. I don't think they have the license to Havoc anymore. I think that's the issue of re-releasing Generations. But I don't know about that, Danny. I don't know about that. I can tell you Planet Wolf still looks fine. Like, it looks fine. This looks good. Like, I don't know what a cave is dark. A cave is dark. There's no light around it. The cave is dark. They got all this sparkling and stuff around it. It got ported to Unreal because PhysX because it's part of Unreal. Oh yeah, PhysX NVIDIA. This uses PhysX. This uses PhysX. I forgot. Colors uses PhysX, which is kind of crazy considering it's a Wii game. Oh, never mind. And I guess I heard someone say that somewhere, so I don't know. Shad, off topic. You see the new Switch has the base colors too outside the white. Oh yeah, I saw that. I like that. I think that's cool. There's fog in the cave. There's fog in the cave. Hold up. Oh, this show is. Like, I don't know. I think this is a really good representation of the game. Also uses Godot or something. Like, I don't know. I think Colors Ultimate looks good, bro. I don't know. I think, I really do think people like, they're acting ridiculous about it. Colors. Oh, look. 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 Matt versus the Tails channel. Oh, yes, sir. Like this? I don't know what the problem was. Hold up. Oh, I don't think this is good. It's Twitter compression. There's not much you can do about Twitter compression. And people were complaining. People were complaining about the reflection right here. There's reflections right here, and people were complaining about it. I never seen. I'm mad I missed the Metroid part. I dare someone to tell me it's a $20. Yo, bro, you can go back, Jaden. You can go back after the stream is done. Get your boy that clout. Like, if you don't know how it looks, don't buy it. Simple. Not saying we can't critique it, but some arguments regarding the game are pointless. I know. I mean, at this point, it's kind of ridiculous to me. Like, I don't know. This, like, relatively speaking, I need something else. I need to go to their YouTube channel. Where's their YouTube channel? Let's go to Tell's channel, YouTube channel. Jaden, you're here. You're everywhere. You were on the Prem stream. Yo, Jaden got that clout. That's what it is. Excuse me. Jesus Christ, that hurt. He got that clout, man. Let's see. Roblox, details, and Sonic Colors. Ultimate, let's talk, blah, blah. Where can I see this in high quality? Because I forgot my password to my Sega Press email. Oh, man. This looks good. Why is this bad? I know people are kind of upset about the planet. I can't explain the planet being gone and not there and I can't explain the planet thing. I will say that. That's weird. Because I think in one of these screenshots, it doesn't have the planet. People were complaining. People said this looked bad. They said this looked bad. Tell me how. Tell me how this looks bad. I need to know. I need to know. What makes it look bad? I just want to know. I just really want to know. Like, at this point, like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Like that looks pretty fucking good, bro. I ain't saying Metroid Dread worth $100 to me. I don't know. It'll probably be worth $60 to me. I'll be like, yeah, that was a good $60 game. Yeah, people will complain and still cop it. They'll complain, then cop it. Now, Sweet Mountain complaints don't make sense to me, except one portion where there's like a tunnel has 0 light bounce compared to the original. That not having light bounce, I'm not even worried about, bro. It's probably unfinished because a lot of it's baked lighting. The original game had a lot of baked lighting. What are they giving us that Sonic Lost World Ultimate though? Yes, sir. Sonic Lost World Ultimate. Yes, sir. No, I'm gonna make Jaden mad. He hates that game with a passion. His blood is probably blowing. He's like, ugh, the game gotta go. My birthday next week, and I'm going to pre-order College Ultimate on my PS5. Might get it for Switch to play it on the go. It's only gonna be 30 FPS from what I heard. I'm gonna get it on Switch and PC, so I can have a physical copy. That man Jaden said never. He said never to that Lost World Ultimate. Oh god. I don't know. Like this that looks good. My ideal Lost World Ultimate will have 2 levels. Yo. Let up my Lost World. Lost World fans, rise up. Man. Oh yeah, I forgot. Didn't they show? Oh yeah, they showed Asteroid Coaster. I remember Asteroid Coaster looking good. I remember this looking good. I don't know why people hate this, bro. Go ahead and pass the Sonic Unleashed Ultimate. Oh my god. No, the Unleashed stands are summoning themselves. We shouldn't have said anything about Lost World Ultimate. What music is playing right now? My head was kind of getting warm, so I took off the headphone. Yeah. 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 Let's go. I can't freestyle. Oh, no, I can't freestyle. At least Ultimate would be gas. Now, what would be gas is Generations Ultimate. I don't care what anybody. Generation need remaster. I don't care. That game need remastering. So the best thing about Colors Ult is the perfect homing attack. Oh yeah, bro. I think that's kind of sick, bro. Like a lot of the gameplay changes they made for Colors Ultimate are gas. Me and Jaden talked about this the other day though about the. I don't understand why people are upset about the Tails thing. Me and Jaden talked about this in call. Like what was it? Yesterday or day beforehand? When was that we talked about that, Jaden? I don't remember, bro. Bro, I was talking about Alisto stream the other day and Matt appeared. That man summoned. That man summoned himself. We were like, oh, we're going to summon Matt. We made it a joke. And he just appeared. I was like, Matt? I was like, there's no way. There's no way. It was like 2 days ago. I remember it. I remember us talking about it. Which, you know, I don't know. I'm just thinking more about it. It's just one of those things where I'm like, it doesn't really change the game much. Now I'm whoa. Hold up. This look better than it. Like, you can't tell me that doesn't look better than the original, bro. Come on, man. Like the contrast with the like brights and the darks just makes it look great. I'm like that too. I'll click on the stream, someone slander SA2 or something. It always happens to me. SA2 the worst game. No, SA2 gas. Nothing will prevent me from gassing up that game. You can just not use tail. You only meant for disabled players like me. Oh no, he's always on, but like the way he functions is he don't make the game really any substantially easier. He doesn't really, for real. Like this looks good. Oh, and people were upset there was like a loading zone here. But I'm assuming that's literally because there was an issue with the game. For a game pre-order, because I'm a Sonic fan, so L for me. I'm SpongeBob eating out of games, bro. We all are. Like, that looks good. Like, that looks... Whoa, hold up. They added a bar at the bottom. Whoa, hold up. I just noticed that. So you know how much time you have to break this. That's kind of crazy. Hold up. I'm about that. Yes, sir. I like the timer on the rank screen, bro. I like that a lot. Some people say 1/3 of SA2 is good. The game's grown on me so much to the point where I can say that's cap. Bro, that is absolute cap. That's absolute cap. iSonic right there were only 3 boost games. Perfect trilogy. Didn't even notice that either. Development build or a demo of the game. That's going to be taken out as well. I don't know. I hope that's not taken out, bro. I want them to keep that timer. Bro. That timer kind kind of nice. Woo. I think we only got one more thing to talk about, really, and I think that's the dream stuff. Y'all want to talk about the dream stuff or nah? Save that for another stream. Do y'all want me to say that for another stream? I've been streaming for a little over an hour now. Y'all want me to talk about that? Yes, no, maybe so. Oh, the loading zone. Yeah, that's probably going to be taken out by the time the game comes out. I'm also interested in mods, Jaden. Sonic modding shall return. Hot takes, Generations Mania. Ooh, that's a hot take. Actually, I don't know. I don't think that's a hot take. All right, I'm going to be 100% with y'all. A lot of dudes on Twitter talking about Sonic games definitely haven't played them 100%. I think so, too. So all I have on the dream. I mean, this is, we can talk about it. All right. Let's talk about Dream. And by the way, before we start this, I don't have anything against Dream. I love Dream's content. It's actually, I think his content is really entertaining. He's really freaking good at Minecraft. But some stuff actually recently came out from Carl Jobs. If you don't know who Carl Jobs is, he's, I think, the biggest speedrunning channel right now on YouTube. And right now, he essentially uncovers the truth around what really happened with Dream, essentially, and the entire situation surrounding his cheating and all that. But before we start that, let's take a quick, I gotta let my dog out of my room. She's trying to get out, and we'll be right back. Hello, I'm back. Quick break. But essentially, people didn't have a lot of false information has basically been spread by both parties, by Dream and the people attacking him, yada yada yada, so on and so forth. And what has essentially happened is you have one of probably the dumbest situations to come out of the internet. First of all, I don't think Dream cheating in Minecraft was that big of a deal. It's a block game. I really don't care that much. I mean, come on, let's be honest. He cheated in block game to not get the best record. I mean, no, I don't really care, right? But it's whether he intentionally cheated or not, because one of the claims Dream made after he, said, yes, I cheated or whatever, had a mod on or whatever, was that he didn't mean to. Which, you may say, how do you not know if you're not cheating? Well, essentially, Dream has a modder he pays to do a lot of the mods and stuff for his videos, or where he uses this mod for, Manhunt to make the video more entertaining, and it changes the way the game functions. He uses plugins, all that stuff. A lot of stuff in the game. First of all, the difference between a plugin and a mod, people do not know. People don't realize that a plugin is something server-side and a mod is something client-side. So essentially, the way it works is one works through the server, one works through the game itself and installed natively on your computer. He has them for things, basically, for the most part, he has them because of Manhunt. Or even speedruns themselves who actually got mad at the cheating thing are actually sad, bro. Gonna be real. Yeah, I mean, cheating and speedrunning happens all the time. It's not something that's like unheard of. They're like, how dare you? And I'm like, bro, you don't even care about speedrunning until this happened. Like, let's be real. But what I do think Dream did that was wrong out of everything was like really the way he weaponized his fan base and the way he really stretched the truth in a lot of the situations. Like he didn't outright lie, he would just stretch the truth. He'd be like, one moderator would say something and then he'd be like, so the moderators on speedrun.net or .com or whatever. And so it'd make it seem like, you know, plenty of people were upset when in reality it was just one moderator. And it's things like that, or like how he's going off on Twitter, which, I mean, I understand. Admittedly, he's being accused of something that he genuinely believed he didn't do, which, you know, whether you think he genuinely didn't know or not is up to you. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he didn't know, just to be as nice as possible. And but like weaponizing your fan base, like his fan base is, I'm not gonna say his fan base, but like, you know, the stands, they're extremely toxic. Like, let's be real. Everybody said, oh, I hate Dream Sands. But I think another thing that comes with that is if you don't, they seem to only appear when you mention them. You know what I mean? They seem to only really appear when you give them a voice. If you don't reply to them or say anything to them, they kind of don't exist in a way. Now, I'm not trying to say that, you know, people weren't harassed, etc., out like that, but I feel like a lot of the people who weren't directly involved in the situation, who are upset that Dream Stands came to them after being like, oh, the Dream Stands are gonna get upset at this. I mean, like you kind of wishing that on yourself, my dude. Those stands are something else, man, and I think Dream really needs to address them because they are really bad. But I feel at the same time it's kind of one of those situations where you had a fire and to put out the fire, instead of throwing water on it, people were just throwing oil. They were just throwing oil and gasoline on there. And I think that's really what happened. Find people who go overboard on complaining about Dream just annoying as a stand. Yeah, I know. Like, people will complain about him, and I'm like, bro, he just kind of exists. He's just good at block game and got a bit of an ego. Outside of that, I don't think there's anything really problematic about the dude himself. I think the most problematic thing he does is he backpedals a lot. Yeah, he's spineless. But outside of that, you know, he play Minecraft, bro. You're really gonna get that upset as someone who plays block game? His existence hurts you that much? It upsets you that much? I just don't think he's really addressed them in a way that's like meaningful. Like, he'll go on one of his 30 alt accounts on Twitter and address it. Never on his main, never on his YouTube channel, never on stream. And it's kind of ridiculous. I don't know. What do y'all guys think about this whole situation? Tell me, what do you think? 30 alt accounts. Yeah, bro, he got so many alt accounts. Like, let's go on Twitter. Let's go on Twitter. Let me show you, bro. He has like 1 billion different accounts. Dream. People. 1, 2. There's another one. Oh, is it private? Is it private? Oh, I think it's gone. I think it's gone. He had like 1 or 2 more. I think his other Twitter accounts are gone. Yeah, they're gone. They're gone. I distracted, never watched Dream before. I think his content's actually kind of good. Like, he makes good YouTube content. I mean, he doesn't upload a ton. He uploads like once or twice a month, if even that. But like, the videos he makes are good. I don't watch his streams though. I watch the Dream SMP stuff. That stuff is entertaining too. It's fun to watch people play that. But outside of that, you know, he helps a lot of the people in his group. Like, he has the dream team, and I think he actually edits the videos for everybody because they're all the same style. I think the cheating at the end of the day isn't that serious. People gotta relax instead of getting on his case 24/7. Yeah, I don't think it's that serious, bro. I really don't. I was like, it's a video game. It'd have been different if he like cheated at like a $25 million, you know, tournament. That's one thing. But cheating in like a speed run is like, it don't matter, bro. It really don't. Like, the entire Trackmania community in shambles right now, because like almost every single top speedrunner in that community has been cheating for years. Excuse me. Which I think is hilarious. By the way, I've been thinking about getting a new webcam, guys, or thinking about using Droid Cam, because if I remember correctly, Droid Cam is a good solution, because I have an old I have my Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, and I was like, that'd make a good camera if I could use it. Is there anything else though you guys want to talk about? I know I didn't have that many topics this time around. I'm sorry, guys. There just hasn't been much that I wanted to talk about recently. Like, if you cheated at Evo Grand Finals, then that's an issue, but this is Minecraft, bro. Yeah, it's Minecraft. Like, come on, man. Is there anything though y'all wanted me to talk about before we end this off? Anything. Just anything. Y'all can ask me. Y'all can't ask me anything, but you know, you can ask me anything within reason. Talk about Sonic wasn't. Oh my god, Jaden, stop. You want to talk about the new Pokemon gameplay? What new Pokemon gameplay in the Switch thing? I don't really have much to say on it. It's not enough for me to discuss. I'll say this: it looks better than what we got at the beginning of the year, like graphically. It looks like they've done a little bit of polish on it, but I can't really tell because it's doctored onto the screen and all that stuff. Like, it looks better, but it's only 6 seconds and there's not much. It's not, you know, blown up on the actual screen. We need more. I'll say that much. We need more. I think they need to fix some of the chibi models. I think the, you know, full models and stuff and the battles actually look decent. They could look better, but they look decent. I just think it's the chibi models that look kind of weird. It's not made by Game Freak. It's gonna be better at it. Yes, sir. You're not wrong, Jaden. That's true. I think it's a good thing that it's not being made by Game Freak. I hope they show off the overworld soon. Same. I kind of want them to show off the overworld also. That's one thing I'm hoping to see. I feel like they need to. I don't think they need to fix Don. I like Don's model, but what is his name? Lucas. Yeah, Lucas. They need to fix his model. His model looks weird. Like, it looks really weird. It's not so much to go, we just have to wait for another trailer. Yeah, we got wait for another trailer for them to release some type of gameplay or something. That's what we really gotta wait for. Because there wasn't enough to work with. You know what I mean? No Switch Pro Arceus is gonna be at 12 FPS. Yes, sir. Man, I got a video that I'm thinking about releasing about Arceus. Oh, I want to talk about it. Kind of crazy. We got 6 seconds of new footage since February. That is kind of crazy. They've been silent on Pokemon's end, bro. I don't know if it's the pandemic or what, but they've been really silent. Woo. chat on the side is updating, but not this. I saw Jay Solar say something about the visuals. I couldn't read the whole thing. No, it's because they're hard at work improving the visuals, probably. I'm assuming that was in response to Jay Solaris because he said something about it. Ghost of Tsushima's director cut. I need to get Ghost of Tsushima still. I think that's a cool idea, having that director cut, but I think I feel like if you shouldn't have to, you know, pay for an upgrade like that. I don't know. I don't know how I feel too much about it. I like Sucker Punch, and I think they're amazing developers. I still have yet to get Ghost of Tsushima. I've been waiting for it to go to $10 like every Sony game, but still. That game's so good. I did an essay on it for school. For real? Dang. Dang. I did an essay on I did my final speech in my public speaking class for college. I did my final speech on esports and the esports market and the viability of it long term and all that stuff. You got an A2? Nice. I just hope Legend argues in like Pokemon Sonic 06. That'd be tragic. Yeah, same. I hope it winds up being a really good game because Sword and Shield trash. Those are two of the worst RPGs I've ever played in my life, bro. They just are. But I don't have much else to talk about, guys. I will say this. I'll give y'all some updates on the channel. So I got that Sonic Adventure video. It's back on track. I want to release a Pokemon video and another Sonic video, specifically around Sonic Colors Ultimate. Some of the stuff I basically said today. And I also want to talk about something else with Sonic. I'm gonna keep that under wraps. And then on top of that, I'm going to, on top of that, in the Pokemon video, I kind of want to talk about Kingdom Hearts. I have the video idea in my head, but I kind of have to sit down and wait before I do it. But this has been your man Shadicstick. Thank y'all for coming out. Thank you, Jaden, Sonic, you know, Jay Solaris, Danny, RRG, all the regulars that come through, especially Radical Fox. Radical Fox is a member. If you want to become a member, make sure you just hit that join button. It's as cheap as I think 99 cents or $2 a month. So make sure y'all hit that up. Thank you for coming out. Quick Talon, almost forgot to say you, Jacob Coral, Jeremy Knight, all the long-standing people, Ether Drip too. I'm trying to make sure I got everybody. You know, thank y'all for coming out. I really do appreciate it. You know, I know a lot of people, you know, don't like to thank their people, and they don't like. I gotta thank my people. Without y'all, I wouldn't be here. So, you know, thank y'all for coming out. I really appreciate it. This is me, man, Shadicstick, and I'm out. Remember, Hot Frog turns to Cold Zaga. Chill out some of my other videos. Peace. Kiss, kiss.